In your manifesto, NHS funding is a key part. Where would the £600 million come to cut the backlog over the next year? Where would you get that money from?
So we've seen record investment in the NHS because the UK government has provided an additional £13.3 billion of support to deal with the pandemic here in Scotland. What we're saying is we have to look at the current NHS budget, which, as I say, it has been increased to deal with the COVID pandemic, to now look at dealing with the effects of the pandemic, which has seen treatments delayed, operations postponed and appointments deferred. But I'm also being honest with people. We will have to move resources from elsewhere to focus on that issue, because I get daily issues raised with me about people who need treatment, urgent treatment, operations and appointments, and we've now got to focus £600 million from the Scottish Conservative Manifesto on dealing with the backlog of operations and treatments within the NHS.
Sure, I mean, that is a very honest answer. So if the money is coming from elsewhere in the NHS, I mean, where would it come from? Do you know?
Well, what we're saying is there has been a significant increase over the last year, and within that increased budget, we're looking to reprioritise some of that spending and some of that funding this year to focus on getting those waiting lists down, because people have been waiting.
But if it's coming from elsewhere in the NHS, there are going to be some people that aren't able to get their treatments, presumably. I mean, what kind of treatments are we talking about?
No, what we're looking at is a reprioritisation of the budget in this year. As we have seen over the last year, budgets were shifted.
Could you give us some examples? Sorry, I'm just trying to make it clear for the viewers at home. They're hearing that parts of the NHS are going to get money taken from them to pay for other parts of the NHS. So where would that money come from?
No, it's looking at resources within the NHS and shifting them around and being very clear with people that there has to be a prioritisation in this next year to deal with the backlog of operations that have been delayed and appointments that have been deferred. And I think people understand. Understandably, the NHS was dominated by our response to COVID-19. Now we've got to look at some of the issues that were put on a back burner and really important treatments and appointments that were delayed as the NHS focused on the COVID response.